Up next is an interesting conversation between two organizations that got together and totally transformed the way people consume cricket. There was a time we had no control on commentary, but that's not so anymore. Glance with Coin DCX came up with a live T20 Adda where millions could watch T20 World Cup matches with celebrities and interact with them, all on the lock screen. We have got Abhinav Mohan, VP and GM Monetization at Glance to talk about what led to this innovation with Ramalingam Subramaniam, Head of Brand, Marketing and Communications at Coin DCX to tell us how such content partnerships can be a great addition in the marketing mix. But before that, let's watch a small clip that shows just how much fun the live T20 Adda was. Video, please.
एक बारी आप कुछ कमाल कर देते हो तो वो हिस्ट्री में लिखा जाता है and then I think they've made history together and they'll always be.
It's not entirely dependent on how we perform. बहुत सारे ऐसे permutations and combinations हैं that have to fall into place ताकि हम इस टूर्नामेंट में आगे बढ़े.
देखिए हमारी टीम ऐसी है कि जो होमवर्क बिल्कुल करती है, उनका प्रिपरेशन भी अच्छा होता है, बट काफी बार ऐसा होता है.
रोहित शर्मा, ईशान किशन 100%. केएल राहुल 4 पे खेल सकते हैं क्योंकि केएल राहुल एनीवे इनकी जो न्यू स्ट्रेटजी है ये आदमी अच्छे लाइन एंड लेंथ डाल रहा है, तो मेरे ख्याल से
स्टैट आया है. इंडिया won the inaugural title under MS Dhoni's captaincy in 2007. Of course, India defeated Pakistan in a bowlout. And play a long innings to secure your future with India's safest cryptocurrency exchange, Coin DCX.
Wow, now that's the boundary. Over to Abhinav Mohan and Ramalingam Subramaniam to tell us how this all came about.
Thanks a ton, Annie, for that introduction and taking us through that video. It was a very, very interesting experience to create something like this. Really reimagining the way cricket is watched and users enjoying it, but it's actually part of a larger story, right? At the end of the day, content consumption in India is changing very, very rapidly, and we've seen that over the last 2 to 3 years. The pandemic really led to a boom in terms of the consumption of content, especially digital, and we sitting at Glance definitely see a few trends. One being that content is now being very video first. And not just long form video, right? It's also becoming very short form video first. And the rise of TikTok last year, and then the other apps like Roposo and Takatak, etc. That all shows the rise of video in general. And related to that, we also see that influencer content is something which is increasing a lot, right? I mean, these are people who consumers relate to, have an affinity towards, and at the end of the day, they're almost at arm's length, right? So the big celebrities of the world were always a little too far away for a generic consumer, but these influencers are really nearby, and that's leading to a boom in terms of creator-led content, as we call it, right? So you would see a lot of influencers, right, from micro influencers, nano, macro, and so on and so forth. So a lot of creator-led content is increasing. Obviously, the third trend that we see is that content is now becoming more and more vernacular first. Massive boom in terms of consumption in tier 2, tier 3 markets. It has led to a democratization of content consumption in general. But at the same time, on the opposite side, content is now transcending language barriers as well. Because your Squid Games of the world or Money Heist of the world, these are stories from different countries and different languages, and the world is just lapping it up. So that's a very interesting trend that we see here in India as well. The fourth one I wanted to call out was that content is now very live first as well. Consumers are looking for things which are very here and now, whether it is live streaming for games or live shopping for that matter. And China is really leading the way in that. In India, we at Reposo are trying to sort of bring it to India and trying to make that a really big thing. So let's see how that goes. But at the center of it all, Ram, one of the things that we see is that consumers want to be part of that content. They want to participate in that content. And it's not really intent-led, right? It's not that they're searching for the content that they want to consume. They are discovering this content through a lot of different platforms. So having said all of that, and having talked about some of the changes that we are seeing from our side, wanted to understand your point of view, Ram. How are you seeing it as a brand, and especially as a brand in the fintech space? How do you see these changes? How are you leveraging it? How are you thinking about different platforms? Would love to hear your thoughts.
Sure. Thank you so much, Abhinav. Thank you, this ET, and thank you for the opportunity. So as brands and consumers, right, are largely moving digital, the way in which content is being consumed, okay, is also largely moving digital. Moving digital gives us a lot of different options to reach out to that customer, and digital gives you a two-way discussion point, right? So that's where the consumer starts participating in the content. Okay. Is it very new? No, it has always happened. I'm not sure how many people know about a serial called Surabhi that used to come. And I still remember a scene where they would show how many letters they have received, right? And the consumer feedback loop being set up through that, right? Television was using postcards, and we might have all, I don't know, I participated in one of those competitions where you send a postcard and you might be lucky to win a prize or something like that. Yeah. So it has always been in that loop, right? Where and one of the winners would be then interviewed and they could be part of the show, right? And they can produce something, they can perform, they can showcase their talent. So from nascent steps like that to today being actively creating content. And you pointed out correctly, the creator economy has actually grown, and advertising or marketing, right, has largely now been transformed to an extent where creators are, the way creators are creating content. So I'll tell you one of the most talked about campaigns, okay, in recent times has been the Cred and Rahul Dravid campaign, okay, yeah, right, and it's a very good showcase of how content is running the campaign. It's not, we know Cred and we know the Rahul Dravid ad. We don't know what the brand was trying to say, but we all know what the story was, yeah, right? And we would definitely, it was a shock the way it was, the treatment was made and things like that. It came out well. So the mindset, the way in which advertising is also moving, content creation is also moving. Various opportunities are available today. Various channels are available today. It's not just that we have, if I need to have mass presence, I only need to do broadcast, I only need to do television, right? I can still reach out to a huge audience through engaging in product like yours, right? We can reach out to a large audience at a single point in time. So many people are having the product on the phone, and the phone is ubiquitous today, right? Everyone is carrying their phone. Pardon my French, even to the washrooms, right? So the phones are going everywhere, and we are able to connect. Plus, the advantages for a marketer, you get a lot of data point also, right? So you can do smart targeting as well. So you don't need to always be broadcast. You can be very, very focused and very, very specific targeting. And again, here we get an opportunity to target the content as well. It's not just, so I can show content A to you, content B to me, content C to someone else, right? And in the same campaign. So all these things definitely are improving the way marketing can be done. It's from being a highly expensive part of the business, it can become a very efficient part of the business as well. So yeah, a lot of things happening out there.
Awesome. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Cred, by the way, the Cred campaign was, it was a shocker, but it was just absolutely brilliant. And the points around personalization that you made, we've all seen that in content, but we as a media house as well, we do that a lot on advertising side as well, and that really brings about the kind of engagement that we are seeing for consumers in general. Shifting gears, Ram, we've talked about generic trends, but one of the things we wanted to also talk to you about was this specific T20 Adda series that we did, right? And honestly, you guys, I would say, are pioneers in terms of experimenting with something like that as a brand. This is a very, very interesting format that we started off with because we believe that consumers are now looking for an experience when they're watching cricket match. Then the days when consumers would just sit in a sofa and watch TV and watch a cricket match, I think those days are numbered. We saw that as children, but I think those days are numbered. People are looking for an experience. And the analogy that we internally gave when we were looking at building something like this was, think of an experience of watching a match in a pub, right? You are watching the match on the screen, yes, but there's an entire experience around it, and you are at the center of that experience, right? So you're not watching it alone, you're watching it with your friends, so there's a social element to it. You're watching it with a lot of different people who are also supporting the side that you are supporting, so there's a community angle to it. You're debating with people, you're interacting with people, so there's an interaction element to it as well. And everybody has an expert opinion, right? So everybody has their opinion that they're bringing to the table, and not everybody is listening to that commentary. And that's exactly what we were trying to replicate with this T20 Adda experience, and trying to bring it to everybody's home through the lock screen. But wanted to understand, Ram, your thought process behind investing in this property when you first heard of it, and why do you think this was a good match with CoinDCX?
So, taking from your point, right, where you said gone are the days where you just watch the match on television, right?
Yeah.
You want to be part of the live action that's going on. Something which is but natural, right? The commentary that started during matches, right, started giving us some more insight into what's happening, right? Then the formats kept on evolving, and I feel this is really good. We have seen formats where even if it is a textual commentary that's going on, there is always a community chatter that's also integrated in it, right? And to a next level, when this is possible, where there is a match going on and we can do a live video content, right? The advantage that we saw, right? Definitely there is a good targeting opportunity that is available for us. There is enough data to invest in it. But what happens when you participate in such live events, okay, is the engagement that can come in, right? It's not just about targeting once, but it is targeting sustainably, and not necessarily showcasing you an advertisement, but showcasing or being part of that experience, right? So this is one important aspect that we realized that we would be able to deliver through this platform, and definitely the reach that is available, right? These elements, if I just write it down, like I have a fabulous reach, I can do good targeting, I have enough data points, and I have an engaged audience, right? This combination, right, is something that every marketer wants. An engaged audience, a wide reach, a very specific targeting, and I think that was something that came out really well with this partnership. Something that we predicted while taking this first step, right? It was a first step for both of us, and we saw the results coming through. Yes, because we are starting afresh. There are a couple of things that can be ironed out, but in general, when we look at the numbers, when we look at the kind of noise it has created, when we see the kind of experience that the consumers have received at your end, and then post if they join us through our communities and stuff, we have seen good improvement and a really promising number out there. So definitely it's an interesting new concept, and kudos to you guys to have come up with this.
Thanks a ton, Ram. Great to hear that. It's always great to hear such a testimonial from a brand partner like yours, and we have thoroughly enjoyed working with CoinDCX, your entire team, on making this a success. It's still not over, unfortunately. India is out of the tournament, so it's over for a lot of people. But the tournament is not over, and we are continuing to sort of make this a success in general. One of the things that I also wanted to understand, Ram, and you talked a little bit about that with respect to engagement and scale. But do you think a format like this brings out an impact across the entire funnel, or are you typically looking at a part of the funnel when you're looking at a format like this?
See, currently, and this is something that I had mentioned in a different discussion as well. Most of these formats are working well for top of the funnel, right? Be this or doing some activity on, say, OTT, right?
Yeah.
A large portion of this is impacting top of the funnel. A lot of effort is needed from brand side to then create create that entire conversion and also manage the bottom of the funnel attribution. Okay, this is something that needs to evolve. Once we start investing in such properties, it's someone has to start somewhere. We'll have to take the first step. But I feel that's where there is a lot of scope out there, and I'm pretty sure brands and media partners coming together and exploring such formats, right? We'll be able to create those funnels. We'll be able to create those attribution. I see it as something that can impact the entire funnel, right? But today, if you ask me specifically, we have been using it largely for top of the funnel activities. Once we and sit back and analyze further, we might see opportunities, and perhaps we might come back to you guys for something else.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think it's important where, your brand comes out in the right association to the right set of users at a very, very high scale. And, I have fairly high confidence that this leads to a great bottom of the funnel result as well. But like you rightly said, how do you attribute that is something that that's something that we need to figure this out. Awesome. Very, very helpful, Ram. One of the things I also wanted to understand, this is also not the first time that you guys are partnering with us. You are largely aware of, our platform Glance and the scale that we bring in. Just wanted to get a sense from you at an overall level, if you were to recommend Glance to your fellow marketers, what are some of the top two or three things that you would want to call out?
Definitely the reach, right? Definitely the opportunity out there. When I say opportunity, right, it's not that I have to Glance is on my phone. It's always there, right? If I'm not using my phone, it's more so there, right? I don't have to specifically open an app or specifically click on a particular link to be able to access the content. It's there on my screen, on my lock screen, right? And that's an advantage. So when I look at it, it's an innovative concept, right? Although it's been there for a while, it's still a very innovative concept for a lot of people. But if I want to sum it up to one specific thing, I would say it's a huge reach and the data that comes with that, right? So that is one big strength that I feel. For media, that's what we look at in any format. And I feel this is something that is great, that is available with Glance.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Great to hear that. Great to hear that, Ram. And a testimonial, like I said, from a brand like yours, it is really heartening for the stuff that we are doing. Any parting comments that you might have, Ram, in terms of, what are the next set of things that you are seeing in terms of content, right? How do you see that landscape evolve even further? And what are some of the things that you guys are doing for that future development of where content is going to head into?
Sure. So, see, the way I look at it, right? I look at it from a basic need-want perspective, right? What is the way in which people consume content? be it video, audio, text. So I'll give you an example. The way content evolved, say in the news segment, okay,
Yeah.
from large copies to having some short stories, right? Just the headlines, because sooner or later everyone realized that people scan through the headlines. If something they like, they read the paper. So the content got evolved. It is still textual, right? It is still consumed as text, and very difficult for you to consume news in a video format. Okay, I'm saying that particular need. Okay, it is still the textual format is the king there. We have seen the infinite scroll, the kind of content, like be it reels or be it short videos and stuff like that. They basically talk about a particular like the DIY became famous, a particular art form became famous and stuff like that, right? So art or creative content is in that format. Live is another thing that we briefly touched upon at the start, where we are saying that being part of the discussion, right? And this is honestly, when you talk about gaming, right? I was just going through how people participate in gaming lives, right? Yeah. I was just wondering what are people trying to enjoy there, right? Like, so, but people enjoy how games are played or how the thrill is happening, right? And one person being part of it, very similar to watching live cricket, right? With some commentary, something is happening. We don't know what's going to happen next, and that unpredictability, right? It's the fun element there.
Yeah.
Right? So there are different segments of content that, depending on the need, people consume, and those formats they might have been truncated from a 2-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute, 15 seconds video content, which is truncated because people want to first see a synopsis and then move forward, right? Some similar to watching a trailer and then watching the full movie. So the need has been the same. The formats have to be more engaging because technology makes it cheaper to produce content and to distribute content, right? That's why you have like millions of videos being created. Earlier, producing a video itself was expensive. Even today, producing something for television is expensive compared to something shot on your phone, right? A basic level of editing. Most of these ad tech tools provide you with editing features as well. So because content production has become cheaper and everyone has an access to it, there are people who teach you how to create content and so on and so forth. It has become more so imperative to create good quality content, right? Create more engaging stuff, okay? And bringing in elements. So live is an element to making it more engaging, right? So I feel the direction of content will move in that space where we'll be creating more and more engaging stuff. It's not about the timeline. It's not about 15 seconds or 1 minute. I know of, we ourselves have created a 5-minute video, but it was all about the community angle of crypto, right? It's one of the most watched of. It need not be that 10-second or 15-second always. But it's all about, can I keep those people hooked on, right? And is my message strong enough?
Yeah.
Right. So I feel that is the direction in which it is going to move, and media that can provide me with innovations there, okay, to increase my engagement quotient, right? Bringing that differentiator in my content. I feel that is the direction in which we'll all be moving. As brands, we would be producing all formats. We'll depending on whatever is the requirement. But yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Ram, for this session. Absolutely agree with your points, and I think that's the reason why platforms and especially we at Glance and Reposo are looking to be extremely user first. Create very very engaging and innovative formats like the live T20 Adda that we created. But at the end of the day, we need to create better targeting options, stronger content capabilities, and those are the things that we feel are something that we are ready to partner up with brands on more and more, similar to what we have done with you guys. And again, you guys have been great partners, Ram, and we look forward to working with you guys going forward. thanks so much. And it was great talking to you. And thanks, team, for having us here.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, and pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam and Mr. Mohan, for an impactful and energetic conversation. Truly a very enriching experience. Let's proceed further and explore more such content.